Hey guys, welcome to a new video. So I finished the Stillwater Girls. I gave this a 4.75 out of 5 stars. And on Goodreads, you can't rate like point something. So I gave it a 5-star. I did restart a Goodreads because I want to like track everything I read this year. And this was my 10th book. My 10th book so far. That's not bad. And it's only the beginning of March. So, okay. I really enjoyed this. So I recommend it. There was twists. I knew there was gonna be. I felt it inside of myself. And I was right. I thoroughly enjoyed this book. I feel like some people are bored with my book talk, so I'm not gonna explain it too hard. But I officially have started It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. And I am on page 59. I love it. It is so entertaining. I thoroughly am enjoying it so far. So I know it's super controversial, and so far you could tell that she knows a lot about domestic abuse because of her parents. So people say that in this book what happens is they're going to be romanticizing it, and so far I don't get that. But I haven't gotten to the part where she starts to be violated in that way and she starts to be abused. So this is a massive trigger warning to people who get triggered with this topic, because I know it could be a very serious topic. I did grow up also watching my parents. That's a whole situation. And plus I was in an abusive relationship, so this can be triggering. I'm curious of how people are getting the idea that it's being romanticized, because I don't think that just because there's a book about it means that it's romanticized. It doesn't make sense, because there's books about murders and unaliving and oneself. YouTube, it'd be acting weird, and I don't want to be saying the wrong things, but there's books about everything, and that doesn't mean it's being romanticized. So I'm definitely curious, like, why so many people think that about this book. But like I said, I'm only like 59 pages in, but either way, I am thoroughly enjoying it so far. You guys, I'm on page 140. I've been doing just like nothing but reading today, but I did get a phone call from the weight loss clinic, so I have a little update on that. They got my lab results finally, and they tested like a bunch of different things, and everything came back fine, besides my vitamin D is very low. So they're prescribing me like a very high dosage of vitamin D for me to take once a week, prescribed. So I'm actually gonna go get that from the pharmacy. So I'm just very relieved to hear that, like, your girl, the results came back pretty well, because I knew that my vitamin D was low. Like, it's been low. It's been very low for years now. So yeah, I just know I'm gonna feel a lot better taking this really high dosage vitamin D, because I've taken one in the past and it helps a lot. So another update I have is, you guys know how, like, I said that I found out that I have to go a whole year without binging, and like I kind of had like a little breakdown moment. Like, I cried in front of my dietitian. It was embarrassing, but you know, I just felt very overwhelmed. I didn't like take advantage at the time and like ask more questions about why this is, or just like understand the situation a little bit more. So I have an option of emailing her. So I took advantage of that option, and I kindly just wanted to like understand things a little bit more. So we've actually been emailing back and forth for a couple of days, and she has explained things a little bit better for me, that like there is someone like above her, a psychologist above her, who actually reads like all her notes on her patients, and they help decide like the further plan for her patients. And the psychologist thinks that this is what's best for me, and so does the dietitian. But she also wants the surgeon's opinion, because everyone is different, every story is different, it's a different plan. It's not one size fits all at all. So she's actually talking to the surgeon tomorrow about my story and my situation in particular, and she said she's gonna get back to me. I wish I could talk to the surgeon, of course, one-on-one, because it is a lot of like telephone and like through the grapevine type thing. And I would love to talk to the surgeon one-on-one. I understand I can't right now. The surgeon is very popular. There's just a way that they do things, and I understand that. So I think after, you know, she talks to the surgeon and communicates to me what the surgeon thinks should happen, I think I'll have a clearer answer. And I think what would be really helpful to me, and I don't know if this is like because I have that obsessive side of me, like I was diagnosed with OCPD, which is obsessive compulsive personality disorder. I was diagnosed with that like 5 years ago, and it was just like a couple years ago I was diagnosed with actual OCD. You can have both. So I don't know if it's one of these, but it's like I feel like I need to have my surgery date scheduled, even if it is a year from now or 10 months from now. I want to know the date, because for some reason it's like I know I'm working towards something big and something amazing and something life-changing, but I feel like if I have that exact date, then it's like I could touch it, I could feel it, I know it's there. I don't know if that's like part of my OCPD, but I just feel like I need it scheduled. And it's like, obviously if I don't meet requirements and I don't do what they tell me to do, etc., etc., then the surgery is going to be canceled. But it's like if I do everything they tell me I'm going to do and what I'm supposed to do, and it's like if I have a date for when my life is absolutely going to change, I can see myself being more successful. It doesn't make sense to you guys, I'm sure it's not going to make any sense, which is fine, but just don't come for me, don't judge me. It seems like more obtainable. It's like I could touch it, I could feel it, I could taste it, if like there's an actual date. I don't know how to explain it. It's weird, okay? It's just because I hate the unknown. I hate the unknown. It's like the worst. So that is something that is possible, because I know there are people, because there's people who have reached out to me who have gotten weight loss surgery. So many of you. So thank you for reaching out to me on my Instagram and sharing your stories. I love reading them and corresponding with you guys. A lot of you actually had your surgery like scheduled for 3 months out, and I was like, okay, so if people can do that, then I'm pretty sure like 10 to 12 months out is possible as well. It's just, it gives me a goal. It's like a physical goal, and there's no unknown. There's no like, oh my god, when is this gonna happen? So that is something that I wanna talk about with my dietitian and then like the surgeon, because eventually I will be seeing the surgeon, and I'm excited for that appointment, because it's like the surgeon is like the end all be all type thing. And you know, for a minute there I thought it was the psychologist was the end all be all, but it's not. There's so many little tiny things when you get weight loss surgery outside of like the bigger picture and the bigger things that you have to change. It's a lot. And someone like me with OCPD, obsessive compulsive personality disorder, where I feel like I have to be in control and I have to have it the right way, and like the appointments have to be the right way in the right order, and it's just like I don't have this control. And I feel like I would have a sense of control if I just like had an exact date and I could work towards that goal. I'm totally rambling right now, but I don't know. I'm just feeling more hopeful. I know in that video where I told you guys like this, you know, this whole year, it just gives me room to fail, blah, blah, blah. Like I've obviously had some time to like think on it and absorb the information given to me, and I've had some people tell me that I was a spoiled brat because I was upset. That to me was like, ma'am, spoiled brat who? No, I'm ready to actively change my life, and I know that with weight loss surgery it's gonna make it happen quicker and faster. It's gonna save my life. Hold on, someone's calling me. Anyways, let me answer this and I will talk to you guys later. But I'm not a spoiled brat. I'm just ready to change my life. Okay, I'm back. I just got off the phone. I just felt like I needed to finish my thought process. Yeah, I've had time to like think and like absorb and process, and obviously it was disheartening because like in my heart, I was like, yeah, I got this. I'm totally gonna get surgery by summer. And it's like, the fact that I was told that, you know, that's probably not gonna happen, like, of course that was a little sad. And it's like, if I wouldn't have felt that way, if I would have just been like, oh, okay, that's totally fine, then I know I'm not wanting this at all. Because I'm very much like instant gratification. I want, you know, that instant. And it's like, I only want that when I really want something. So if I wouldn't have felt the way that I did when I was first told that information, then it's like, that's an indicator that, Amberlynn, you don't want this as bad as you thought you did, you know? So it's like, the fact that I did react that way is a total Amberlynn. Like, of course I'm gonna feel disheartened, and I'm gonna, you know, I've spent my whole life, like my first diet when I was 11 years old, I've spent my whole life yo-yo dieting. And it's like, if I was able to do it by myself, oh, someone just walked past the window. If I was able to do it by myself and be successful by myself, then I would have already done it. And I know that with this extra tool of weight loss surgery, it's going to change my life and it's going to help me. This might be the tool that might actually save my life. Example, if you're trying to hang up this picture and it's like, you try to hang it up for 10 years and it's not hanging. You're like, what is happening? You realize, oh, okay, this picture is pretty heavy. Maybe I need a nail. Get that nail. The nail is right there. It's in arm's reach. But they say, you know what? Let's wait a year. You're like, damn. I just need that one last little tool so I can hang the picture on my wall. That might be a bad metaphor, but that's just the best way to explain it. That like, my picture can't be hung without the nail, you know? And that's my metaphor for weight loss surgery. Sure, I can lose some weight on my own, but I can't get to a healthy weight without the help of surgery. And you guys have seen that. I've lost 89 pounds multiple times in my life. The most I've ever lost is 116. I can't go any further than that. Like, I need help. And that is why weight loss surgery is there. And, you know, I'm very saddened that people took it that way, that I seemed like a spoiled brat or like I was throwing a tantrum. God, no. God, no. It was just so, I've been so stressed with all of the tests and not being able to turn to food for like emotional reasons. And, you know, you have to realize that for years at a time, for months at a time, whatever it may be, whatever era I was in my life, I would turn to food all the time. And already that being taken from me because I'm so serious about weight loss surgery, like already that being taken, it just adds a whole other stress on top of like all the appointments and just everything. It's just been really stressful. And I don't need people to understand that, but I guess it's just like to be called a spoiled brat when it's like, that's not me. That's not me. That is not who I am as a person at all. And to be told like you're throwing a tantrum, what? Yeah, I'm sad that like saving my life has been prolonged. And I know a lot of people are like, do it yourself then in this year. Yeah, I'm gonna do what they tell me, but I'm not gonna be able to actively save my life in this year until I get weight loss surgery. Just like I cannot hang this picture successfully until I have the nail that I need. And I don't know how else to explain that. And I'm just very grateful that like my dietitian completely understands where I'm coming from, because sometimes the risk of getting weight loss surgery is less than the risk of not getting it. And that is a very like hot topic of like, which is more risky for me currently. And in my heart and in my soul, I feel like it's more risky for me not to get the surgery, because we all know Amber Lynn, and I don't hold on to success for months at a time. I don't. Like, I'll do amazing for a couple weeks and then I just fall flat and I end up failing because I feel like I have nothing to work towards. And now I do. You know, I have weight loss surgery to work towards. Bottom line, and long story short, it's just this program worries about people with BED or possible BED, because you don't want your stomach to rupture after surgery or anything like that. Whether I was misdiagnosed in the past or not, the fact is I was diagnosed and I was seeing a psychologist for a year. I literally had someone message me and they're like, my first appointment with the weight loss surgery place is coming up, and should I lie to them about having binge eating disorder? And I responded to them and I said, no, you need to be honest. Because yes, for some programs like mine, it's a big setback. I know there's a lot of programs out there where it's not like this, and unfortunately I'm not lucky enough to have found that program. But it's like, there's a big bittersweet, because the surgeon I'm seeing, phenomenal. The team, phenomenal. Like, I love the dietitian. I love everyone that I've spoken to at this weight loss clinic. Everyone I have seen, phenomenal. Like, everything that I feel has nothing to do with them. It has been just an amazing experience besides this setback, but it has nothing to do with them. So everything that I'm saying is just because, like, I'm an impatient little gal and I'm ready to save my life. I'm fucking ready. A year does seem super far, I'm not gonna lie, but it's okay. It's okay. Time goes by regardless. And in a year from now, I could be in a way better spot, you know? So I have to really look at like the positives of the situation as well. Like, they're looking out for me and I love that. So what I was saying was, like, yeah, someone messaged me and said, should I tell them should I lie about that? And I was like, what? No. I hope that that is not what I am portraying as a person, that you should lie, because that is, no, you need to be 100% honest. I never even for like 3 seconds thought, maybe I should lie. No, do not do that. And I hope that my story is not making other people want to lie their way into surgery or out of surgery. Like, absolutely not. But I do feel like, because a lot of people seem to be confused with my whole BED story, diagnosed situation. I do want to, in a different video, because I feel like I'm being so long-winded. I was not expecting this, to sit and just like talk. So I'm sorry. But I think in a future video, I do want to explain the process of me being diagnosed and what was said and that whole situation, because I know there are a lot of people who are like so confused, or like, how come 1 minute you have it, 1 minute you don't? So I think maybe I should just like go further into detail. And you know, that brings me to like so many situations in my life, because I've had people like, your foster care timeline doesn't make sense. And I'm just like, people want to like consider me a liar about everything because they'll only watch like a few of my videos, and then they'll skip some of my videos and watch just like reaction channels and just like hear what reaction channels say, where reaction channels 9 times out of 10 have their information wrong. And it's just like, no wonder why people are so confused. Like, I have flat out seen comments where people are like, no, actually this is the fact and not this, and like the fact is so wrong, it's like an actual lie. So it's like, I don't know, people are just getting confused and stuff, and it's like, I need to make a whole video where it's like frequently asked questions, me just explaining things and timelines and situations and confusions, because it just seems like people are just like so confused about everything I talk about, and it's like, I don't know how, because I try my hardest to explain myself to the best of my ability without oversharing. And even so, like, I feel like I overshare. So it's like, I don't know what I'm doing over here. I'm trying my hardest. Like, I literally have envisioned myself making a whole foster care timeline, like actually physically drawing it out to show you guys. So, because people are like, I thought you never lived with your parents. How come you say you've lived with your parents? Oh my God, I'm confused. Oh my God, she's lying. Like, it just doesn't add up. Shit doesn't add up. Oh my God. I hate when people say that about my life or things that I'm talking about or sharing. That might be one of the biggest pet peeves I have with like people watching me or like choosing to watch reaction channels and like ignoring what I'm saying, but like listening to the reaction channels. Like, that is one of my biggest pet peeves. Shit ain't adding up. Because you're using the wrong math, honey. Like, that's the only reason why it's not adding up, because you're not, it's the wrong equation. You're doing multiplication in a division book. Like, what? I have some more steps I need to do because it's 4 p.m. and I'm barely at 2,000 steps. So I need to do a little bit of this. Earlier I was reading while walking. I had my book and I was just like, do. How you doing today? So, yeah. Oh, I also heard, like, people aren't believing my steps, and someone actually said, yeah, I work retail and I barely get 3,000 steps a day. 10 minutes a day? Like, I don't get it, because if you're working retail, and are you like walking? Because if you're walking for 8 hours a day, you should be getting a lot more than 3,000. So either your Fitbit or whatever is counting your steps, it's inaccurate. Because when I just go to the physical grocery store, it's like 2,000 steps. Easy peasy. So I don't know, folks. I just feel like I have never lied about my steps ever, and people just want me to be lying about everything. They do. They just want me to be lying. Like, I haven't lied about anything, and people just out here, that's a lie, that's a lie, this whole video is a lie. Like, how like, it makes my brain hurt. Like, physically, like, my brain hurts when people are like, this whole video is a lie. When every single last letter and syllable that I said in the video is 100% truth, this video is a whole lie. I'm just like, oh my God. Yeah. It's just exhausting. It's so exhausting. Anyways, I'm gonna go, and I will see you guys in my next video, my next vlog. I know this vlog was just me like talking a mile a minute. It's just sometimes I just need to express myself and express concern and explain myself, and I literally could continue this conversation for the next lifetime. Like, I could still talk. I could just ramble on forever, I promise. But I actually need to go to the pharmacy before it closes. Do pharmacies close at 6? I don't really know. So I'm gonna go do that. I'm probably gonna take a little Uber. I get so much anxiety. Feline is working and I don't want to bother her. She's always willing to help me whenever, but it's like, people have beat it into my head that I can't do things on my own. No, I don't drive, by no means, but I don't need nobody. I can do everything on my own. That's why there's Ubers, okay? They're there to help people who don't drive, and that's okay. Anyways, I'm rambling. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna see you guys in my next video. Love you. Bye.